Welcome to the weekend. I'm Wendy Bounds, and we are officially off duty at the Wall Street Journal. I have left the confines of my Manhattan office for the call of the open seas, or at least the Long Island Sound. We're out here at City Island in the Bronx in New York. It is a fishing and boating community. Why are we here? It's Memorial Day weekend, and we are going to go out on the water, and while we're there, we're going to bring you fishing tips. We are going to bring you seafood recipes and a jalapeno cocktail that'll blow your friends away. Permission to come aboard, Captain Danny?
Permission granted. Welcome aboard the Island Current.
Let's go.
All right.
Now, what kind of fish are we going to be catching today?
We're going to be going for fluke and sea robins. You never know. Might get lucky.
I'm feeling lucky.
All right.
But you know what? If I don't get lucky, I brought a six-pack of beer.
Oh, there you go.
So we'll be good. And speaking of cocktails for Memorial Day weekend, Elva Ramirez, she has a jalapeno cocktail. It is the adult version of the Shirley Temple. Let's check this out while we head out.
The Memorial Day holiday kicks off the start of the summer holiday season. For this year's festivities, what's more all-American than an adult Shirley Temple?
The drink we're going to make today is the Stanton Street Shirley Temple. It's a great take on the classic Shirley Temple, except we add a little bit of jalapeno, and we use some Grey Goose Cherry Noir vodka. Great drink for Memorial Day parties because with the jalapeno in it, it's got a little kick. It's going to go great with food. It's going to kind of, you know, pair well with anything when you're out there barbecuing and whatnot. So we're going to take a couple of our fresh jalapenos here. We're going to use about 4. Again, it's totally up to you, whether you like your little kick or not. And we're going to take our 2 ounces of Grey Goose Cherry Noir and pour that in there. That's going to allow us to kind of muddle up here with the jalapeno and with the Cherry Noir, get kind of a kick going for the cocktail. And when we're done with that, we're going to put a little ice in there. And what we also use is a French ginger liqueur. This is called Domaine Canton. And we're going to use about 2 ounces of that as well. I'm going to pour that right in there. And we're going to shake it up so we get all the juices together. And then what we will do is actually strain our liqueurs into the glass here. We already have pre-made set up. And from there we'll take our Sprite, pour it into the cup, and we're going to top off with our grenadine to give it that traditional Shirley Temple flavor. Add a few of our fresh cherries here, and there you have it, our Stanton Street Shirley Temple.
If you like the drink or you have any suggestions, do get in touch. Send me a tweet. This is Elva Ramirez for WSJ After Hours.
Now, the hardest thing about making that drink, I think, is just remembering to buy the fresh jalapenos. But there's nothing hard about this life. And spending the day on Long Island Sound in a boat like this, it's more affordable than you might think. A private charter on the Island Current 1 for up to 21 people is about $60 a person. The trips are flexible, lasting anywhere from 4 to 8 hours, and that includes everything you need: custom tackle, rods, reels, and bait. And if you want the lowdown on what props the pros use around here, then the guy you need to talk to is a 4th generation City Island clam digger. That is Big John of Jack's Bait and Tackle.
How can I help you today? You want that to go or to stay? To go. 4 bunker to go. How you doing? I'm Big John from Jack's Bait and Tackle here on City Island in the Bronx, and I'm here to show you what the best rod and reel is to use. To start with, this here rod, this nice Sika rod, made in the USA right here. It has nice action to it. It's strong and it's very light, so you can use it all day. With this here nice Shimano reel. This is the Torium 20, which is a beautiful reel. And this is a perfect combo for the bass and the blues right out here in Long Island Sound. As far as the bait goes, we go right over here to the cooler. And this here fresh bunker is probably the best bait ever to use. Jack's Fresh Bunker right here. Chunks of this, either the head or the body, right on the hook, straight down to the bottom. #1 bait. Laura Williams and Glenn. Laura Williams was my girlfriend in grammar school. I went to the 8th grade prom with her.
My old man.
Imagine the #1 hook that I use myself is the Gamugatsu 7.0 octopus hook. It's an octopus hook, very strong hook, a very sharp hook. This here hook with a nice 3-ounce sinker and a fish finder rig like this. This is a regular fish finder rig. They come in different colors. They also come for braided line. This is for braided line right here, and this is the regular fish finder rig right here. You clip this sinker on here like that, you put your line through, you tie your hook on, this slides up and down the line with your fresh jack bunker on there to the bottom, and guaranteed catch, guaranteed catch.
Now, what we're really here for, let's go fishing. All right, we are off duty and we are offshore of the Bronx in New York City, off City Island. We're getting ready to prep the bait for our big fishing expedition. It's going to be big, right, John?
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be big. We're using squid. Why squid?
Squid is an attractant for fluke. It's part of the presentation. You put it on the hook and it flaps in the water. Fluke are an aggressive feeder, and that's what they like.
It's the squid dance.
You want to take the squid and just pull his head right out of his neck.
Well, that I can do.
And the squid has this very fine filament skin on it. Mm-hmm. We're just going to pull that straight down and off. Take the knife as I showed you, insert it into the body. Now you have the flat body that's left.
Yep.
And now we'll cut that in tapered, triangular long section.
Sort of like that.
That's perfect. It's a squid and spearing combo. The spearing is what the fluke is going to want to eat, okay? But the squid helps as an attractant.
So it's sort of flapping around and just
So
drawing
it's
their
flapping,
attention.
and then they see the flapping, and they come and they see the spearing. That's what they want to eat.
All right, next step, we're going to have to bait the hook. All right, step 2, baiting the hook. We're going to start with the squid first.
Okay, what we have here is a teaser, which is an attractant as well for the fluke. And when he's going to take a piece of the squid and pass it on, you just pass the hook through once.
What fluke could pass up this beautiful teaser? I don't know,
I don't
John.
know.
I didn't know
It amazes
fluke,
me.
It amazes me too.
Okay. And we'll take
That was easy.
one of the small bait fish.
Poke him through
on
the eye?
same hook,
Just straight through the eye?
right through the eyes.
Sorry, little guy.
This is called a squid and spearing combo.
All right. So, John, we've got 2 on there. You've baited it twice. Why
Yeah.
do that?
2 hooks, maybe catch 2 fish.
I like those odds. Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
First thing we do is put our thumb on the spool
Right.
and lower the lever that puts the reel into free spool. Okay. Now slowly, using your thumb to slow it down, allow it to go to the bottom. When you feel it hit the bottom, there you go.
There we
Give
go.
it a little slack, and then put the reel in gear.
Okay.
And that's it.
That's it.
You're fishing. Okay, guys, there's the horn. Drop the lines in. Let's get them.
Wow, it's like NASCAR. Where are the fish, Captain Danny? There we go. Here he goes.
There you go, hook them, Wendy. You got him. Go get him. Reel, turn that handle, lady.
Nice
Work
and
it.
easy. Nice and easy.
There
Nice
you go,
and easy.
John. Here's the net. Get that lady going there.
Come on!
Oh, a little fluke. There you go.
There
Fish
we
up.
go.
There we go.
We didn't stage that either, guys.
15.5 inches.
So we need 3 more inches on this fish to keep it.
Fish
Come
on.
on!
Oh,
Come on,
good.
be
Oh,
big!
it's
Look at
good.
that!
Jumbo. Oh, let's get him in the boat.
There we go. Let's measure him. He's not big enough, but let's measure.
Wendy with the hot hand.
You got a starfish.
I got a oh, wow, that's got to be good luck. Catching a little bit of everything today. Can you eat a starfish? Come on, guys, I'm doing all the
Nice.
work here.
There he is.
And
Swing him in the
sea
boat.
robin.
Swing him in the boat. You don't need to net that. There we go.
All
right.
Right in the honey hole.
That one can go back, right?
That's a nice size
No?
fish.
All right, that's a nice size fish. The man says it's a nice size fish. It's a nice size fish.
It's nice. I mean, his head's a little close to his tail, but he's nice.
It's a little close. Come on. Oh. This is a good one.
All right, lady, working. Nice and
2
easy.
on here.
Take your time. Oh, there he is. There
Whoa.
he is.
What do we-
Oh, it's a sea
Oh,
robin.
you see this fish here?
Hold on.
The way I'm holding him?
Yep.
See these spikes all over here?
Yes.
Yeah, they'll make a very big hole in your hand.
All right. You think I can hold him?
Do you think you can hold him?
I'm
Not do I think
I'm
you
gonna
can.
give it a shot.
Chili.
Dinner. Out here on the island current, you get more than a fishing lesson. You get a bit of history.
What we're looking at over here is Execution Lighthouse. That's a famous landmark here in western Long Island Sound. Execution Lighthouse is so named because during the American Revolution, the British took captured Americans and shackled them to the rocks at low tide and let the tide come up around them, and that's how they executed them. You can actually go up on a real low tide and see the rust marks where the pins were that held the shackles if you go up there. This is Hart Island you're looking at. It's where Potter's Field is for New York City. It's where homeless people in New York are buried. There's a work crew that comes. There's a ferry that comes out every day with correction officers and a work crew from Rikers Island. And they dig the graves and bury the homeless people every day.
History lesson? Check. And now on to cleaning my catch of the day.
So what we're going to do here is grab them back here, kind of like with your finger. Put your knife through. And what you kind of want to do is put it on an angle. Just like so. This way you get all the meat and there's no waste. So you kind of just keep going with the knife.
Just holding and pulling at the skin as you go.
Hold it and pull at the skin, yes, exactly. Wendy, you're a pro at this.
Well, it is. Yeah, you see how good I am? See how well I filleted that
And there's
fish?
your fillet.
That's
right
beautiful.
off there.
If you don't get lucky on the high seas, or you're like us and you need a little side dish to help fill you up, here's a quick and easy backup plan for mussels to add to your Memorial Day feast.
Girl, let's talk about mussels.
Even if you're not experienced at cooking shellfish, this mussels dish is easy enough for anyone to pull off.
So you're going to cook some mussels for us? I'm going to cook some mussels. We're going to be done with these mussels and enjoying them in about 10 minutes.
All you need is chopped parsley, butter, thyme, and garlic. And for that unexpected twist, red wine.
So how do we get started? Well, we're going to start with roasted garlic. So I roasted a whole head of garlic, and we're going to add that to our pan with some aromatics, some thyme, and olive oil.
And how far in advance can you cook that?
Oh, roasted garlic is something I like to just keep in the fridge. I think it's a wonderful condiment. And if you just do 2 or 3 heads at the beginning of the week, you can keep it for about a week, week and a half.
Great.
Now the roasted garlic is a little bit sweeter, but it's also going to add this nice texture to our sauce because it's going to break down a little bit.
And for those who aren't familiar with thyme, what kind of a flavor is that giving this?
Thyme is it's floral. I think it brings out the sweetness in things naturally, so it's going to help bring out the roasted garlic.
A lot of people might be more familiar with white wine or
yes,
beer,
you saw the red wine.
I saw that coming out.
The red wine it just adds a really nice twist. And I'm using a fruity red wine. I'm using Merlot.
So what kind of heat should we start this off on?
I started on medium to saute my roasted garlic and my olive oil and my thyme. I'm going to turn it up just slightly to medium high when I add my mussels. So this is the broth that's going to cook in. You can see it's just kind of bubbling a little bit.
And about how long does it take till it starts to bubble?
I mean, less than a minute, I would say.
Okay.
I just like to have it bubbling by the time I add my shells. So to this, I'm adding 4 pounds of very thoughtfully scrubbed and cleaned mussels. You want to make sure that you not only rinse them, but give them a nice scrub to make sure that any extra debris on the shells, and also check the shells to make sure they're all closed and not broken.
So if they're open slightly, should you discard them?
You should probably discard them. Just give it a quick stir and cover it.
That's it?
Now we're gonna wait.
For how long do you
About,
cook them?
I think you cook them until all the shells open. I'd say that's generally about 3 to 4 minutes over medium high. So this is what it looks like when it's done. All the shells are open. And if there's any shells in here that didn't quite open, just get rid of them. So what I'm going to do is take out my shells and just let that delicious wine and brothy mixture reduce slightly. That'll be my sauce.
So how much do we reduce it by?
You want to reduce it by about half. And then and what's happening with the reduction is just all the flavors of the wine and the broth and the garlic that's just really intensifying, so it's going to be this delicious dipping sauce for your bread. And add 3 tablespoons, 1 tablespoon at a time, of softened butter. And you can either stir it in or swirl it. I usually swirl it. And what this does is the butter's going to emulsify with the liquid, and it's going to make a really rich broth. Okay, so I'm just going to taste for seasoning. I already seasoned it a little bit before I put the mussels in. So now I'm going to return my mussels. Give them a good toss. So you want everything coated with that delicious broth. And then I'm just going to finish it with half a cup of chopped parsley. This just adds a nice fresh note, also a little bit of a crunch.
It's so quick and easy, you can add this mussels dish to any summer menu. And don't forget to serve your mussels with crusty, hearty bread to be sure and soak up the delicious broth.
So delicious.
Don't forget the broth. And you also don't really need that much beyond, I think we had like 4 ingredients there.
All right, I've got my catch of the day here. We're gonna head home and cook these up. All right, so maybe I'm gonna need to make it surf and turf, get a couple of juicy steaks, but who would have thought we could have actually gone fishing here in New York City? Turns out there's 300 species of fish. Who would have known? I have had a great day. I hope you have a wonderful Memorial Day weekend. Keep it safe and don't work too hard. Remember, you are off duty. Right, Captain Danny? See you guys next week.